Hi! Every year I get many letters. And this year I received a very important letter with a very important question from Timmy Newman in Omaha, Nebraska. Timmy asked me how did Christmas start and what is the real reason for the season. Well, Timmy, the real reason for the season are the seasons themselves. More specifically, the winter solstice, which happens to be the shortest day of the year. You see, ancient peoples used to worship the sun, with good reason, because the sun and the seasons are really important for crops and life on Earth in general. So we can understand that in the Northern Hemisphere around December 21st, they celebrated the fact that the days started getting longer and longer, which meant that the sun, which they worshipped so much, wasn't going anywhere. It was coming back. Now you asked me about the first Christmas, and unfortunately, I do not know the exact date of that event. But I can give you dates and places of how the ancient peoples used to celebrate the winter solstice. For example, in the year 2300 before the Common Era, in Babylon, on December 25th, they celebrated the Feast of the Son of Isis. Now this feast consisted of lots of eating, lots of drinking, and lots of gifts for everyone. Does it sound familiar? Now Isis, well, the ancient peoples believed that Isis was the goddess of motherhood, magic, and fertility. Her husband and brother, Yuck, was Osiris. Their son was Horus, the god of the sun and the moon and the sky. I know. That's what they used to believe, those silly people. Now, in the year 70 of the Common Era, December 17th marked the beginning of Saturnalia. Again, was a great feast. And this one in the honor of the god Saturn. This celebration lasted a whole week, and it was a time to eat, drink, and be merry. Sound familiar? Now, the ancient peoples used to believe that Saturn was the god of agriculture, justice, and strength. Now Saturn, fearing that his children would overthrow him, he ate each one of them upon their birth. This is a painting by the Spanish painter Francisco de Goya called Saturn Devouring His Son. I know. That is what they used to believe. The silly people. Then, in the year 150, the Romans celebrated the festival of the birth of the unconquered sun again. This one in honor of the sun god Mithras, who was born, guess when? December 25th. What they used to do, they would decorate evergreen trees with fruits to celebrate life and the coming of a new season. Sound familiar? Mithras, the ancient peoples used to believe that Mithras was born from a rock and he killed a sacred bull. This bull's blood was the fountain from which all life on Earth originated. I know! That is what they used to believe. Those silly people. Eventually, two important things happened. In the year 313, Emperor Constantine I turned to Christianity, and he made it the state religion. Then, in the year 350, Pope Julius I declared that December 25th was the birthday of Jesus Christ. Quite honestly, for them, no one knew when Jesus was born, and it was a lot easier to match old traditions than to change them. The ancient people used to believe that Jesus Christ was born to a virgin mother, he was crucified, and 3 days later, he was resurrected. Like a zombie. I know. That is what they used to believe. Those silly people. Oh, well. How did I come into the picture, you ask? That is a longer story, and maybe another time. For now, just remember, I know when you are sleeping, I know when you are awake. I know when you have been bad or good. So be good, for goodness sake. Just be good. Alright? I also know that some of you used to believe in me, and then you stopped. Do you know what we call it in the North Pole? Heresy! One last thing, Timmy. Chocolate chip? Okay. White chocolate macadamia? Better. Oatmeal raisin? If I find one more of those at your home, you're gonna be lucky if you find a lump of coal on your stocking. Okay? Merry Christmas!